Welcome to Mr. Michael's ELA classroom. What are we going to learn today?
Hello students. In this lesson we will go through two examples of narrative rights where we level up the marks according to the scoring rubric. So let's look at the introduction / beginning of your story. In the first paragraph, we introduce the main characters and setting. We also begin to establish the problem. You don't necessarily have to do this, but it's a good idea. So here's our rubric at the top, and here is an example of an introduction at the bottom. So when we look at the setting here, there is a when, there is a where, but you can't really get a picture of the setting right now. You do know it's on the Earth, but hey, where on the Earth is it? So it's not too detailed. So I'm going to give that a 2. And then the characters, they're not even named. I said the Earth General and Powerful Superhero. Sorry, they're not even named and they're not described at all. Is the General tall, short, fat, thin? And what on earth is the most powerful superhero going to look like? So they're not described well. So that's a 1. So the problem in conflict, this one is actually clearly stated. The planet Zerg has sent a missile at the Earth and wants to destroy it. So yeah, that's pretty easy to understand. I'm going to give that a great big 3. So that shows that even a rather poorly written introduction can still get some marks. So now we need to level this one up. Okay, so now we're going to see they're named and they're described. We know what General Khalifa would look like, or we can get an accurate picture. The setting is far more described. Fortified Earth Defense Base in Doha, Qatar. And I was very specific about the time and day. Okay, so the problem, conflict, yep, quite easy. The planet Zerg has sent a missile at us, sir. So that's a big problem. So we know why it's a problem. So the body in the middle of your story is where you basically are solving the problem using events in your plot. Body of the story is the plot. So event 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Plus you need the solution in the middle or body of your story. Only put 3 events in here. So that's not enough. And the order is confusing. So if we go back to my plot development organizer, I did use that one, but I forgot about that one. Whoops. I switched these two up. I did this one, but I did that one as well. I forgot that one. So I wrote this beautiful plan, but I didn't even follow it. So how do you expect to get full marks when you don't follow the plan you write? Okay, so the solution, yeah, destroying the planet would solve the problem. But I would say it's a little bit poorly explained and it might be a little bit too much. But that's still a 3. I still would say a good. Okay. And now dialogue. Yep, there's only one little quote, so that's not going to get you too many marks on dialogue. Now let's level it up. And I'm not going to read this entire story to you. You can read it while I'm explaining the marks. So we've got our plot and our solution again. So here it is. You can see there's a lot more writing. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs. And I said at least 5 paragraphs. So that is going to be good there. The plot has 5 events. So that is a 4. The solution uses atomic vision and destroyed the planet Zerg after he killed the alien warlord. That's pretty well explained, and there are no loose ends. Dialogue, excellent right here. There's some good dialogue there. There's some dialogue in the introduction. There's even some dialogue in the first paragraph. So this might be considered a little bit too much dialogue, but I think it's quite good. And I've also really been picky about who is speaking, and I suggest you guys do the same. Okay, so this is obviously a much better story, guys. So if we're going to look at the stories again, my introduction is going to basically give me the first 3 categories on my rubric. And it's not going to do horrible. It did okay. And then my body. Again, there's a couple of 1s in there, but there's also a 3. So we're looking at, in the middle here, around a 2, right? Organization, a little bit hard to follow because I got mixed up in my body. Spelling problems, yes. But because I didn't write so much, there's not that many spelling mistakes. And then punctuation, yeah, I made a lot of punctuation errors here. When you look at this, it's a 2. It's a 2 plus. So even this not very good essay is still a 2 or a 2 plus. Now, when we mark this essay, it's going to be a little bit more. So what you're going to be doing in the quiz at the end, you're going to be basically filling in that rubric and giving it a score. Okay, guys, that's all for now. Please get that quiz done.